So, Dad asked me to get up today just to talk a little bit about my story. Primarily because I've had a unique experience of having both a personal battle with depression, but also I now work with people helping them overcome their depression. So I thought it would be nice just to share a little bit about what I went through and how I've come to now help people going through what I went through myself. So I think looking back, I probably started becoming depressed at around 15, but I didn't really have any idea about what I was going through at the time. It was about 20 years ago, so people weren't really talking about depression. My family wasn't talking about it, my friends weren't talking about it. It wasn't in the media, and we certainly weren't learning about depression at school. So I had a fairly long battle inside myself for many years, not really understanding what I was experiencing. I felt very alone and very empty and sad a lot of the time, but I had this amazing loving family and plenty of friends and an active social life, and I couldn't quite understand why it wasn't making me happy. And I felt very guilty about that. So that sort of contributed to me feeling even worse, I guess. So it wasn't until I started studying psychology when I was about 22 that I realised that maybe what I'd been going through was depression, and thankfully I had the courage, I guess, to ask for some help, but I didn't want to ask my family because I didn't want to worry them. So I went and talked to a GP who didn't really know much about depression, and they promptly referred me to a psychiatrist, and he promptly put me on antidepressants. And although that was helpful and I did start to feel a little bit better, it really didn't cut the mustard. It really wasn't what I needed. What I needed was someone to talk to. So I actually ended up asking for a referral to a psychologist, and it was the best thing that I ever did. I got to talk through my problems and start to find a way to feel better about myself, and it helped me on a journey to pursue my passion, which was helping people. And I ended up finishing studying my undergraduate psychology degree, and then I went on to study my master's. And I now work with people with depression every day and get to help them through what I went through. So I guess the message that I wanted to give to everybody today is a message of hope, that despite depression, you can go on to reach your goals and do what you're passionate about, but you have to put your hand up and you have to let people know that you're struggling and ask for help. And I know that first step is really difficult. I actually spoke to a couple of people today in Alice Springs who really apprehensive to seek treatment, and I do understand how overwhelming that can be, but psychologists are just, your average people who happen to have gone and studied for many years to learn how to help you. And most of them are compassionate and dedicated. We're not people in white coats sitting in a clinical room. We're just, everyday people who really want to help you. So there's effective treatment out there. I think Michael alluded to that earlier on today from the Black Dog Institute. There's effective treatment. It does work. And I guess I'm an example of that. So I urge you to, if you are struggling with depression, to just really try hard to find the courage to take that first step and ask for some help. In terms of where you get that help, I guess the best step, the easiest step for a lot of you would be to go see a GP, and they will know the mental health professionals working in your area who can help you. There's a couple of websites in terms of psychological societies and things like that where you can actually, there's a tool online where you can type in your problem, your area, and it will come up with a list of psychologists that are working in that area, and you can just call them directly. You don't need a GP referral to go and see us. There's There's also now a Medicare rebate available to see a psychologist. So just like when you go to the GP and you get a rebate for your session with them, you can get a rebate for your session with a psychologist. So it's actually quite an affordable option for people now. So I won't go into too many details about how to seek help, but if you want to come and ask me about how to find a psychologist in your area, or a counsellor or any kind of therapist, I'm happy to chat with people about how you can do that. But I'd like you to go away and I guess share the message of hope with your family and friends, anyone that's struggling with depression, and really try and encourage them to just take that first step. I know a lot of people have well, not a lot of people, but some people have a bit of a negative experience when they try to seek help, and it deters them from trying again. So I'll share with you an analogy that I use with my clients. Finding the right psychologist or counsellor, I guess it's like finding the right pair of jeans. You've got to try on a few pairs before you find the right fit, and it'd be a bit of a traumatic experience trying on all those pairs of jeans. But once you find the right pair, you feel really comfortable and you're happy to do it. Wear them day in, day out, and that's the way it'll be when you find the right psychologist for you or therapist for you. So have a go, take that first step, and you can do the same as what I've done and go on and reach your goals and do what you're passionate about. So thank you.